If you need level 40, unlimited, limited, clutch time, domination, triple threat, or anything else on your 2K account grinded, contact Rose NBA on Twitter and let them know X sent you. Here are my 10 favorite budget cards in 2K23 MyTeam. So let's get into it. Let me know your favorite budget cards down in the comments, as well as what level you are so far in my team. I think I'm around 32. So the first guy that we got here is Anthony Simons. Now this is like, we're starting off hyper budget. I wanted to keep it nice, clean, and simple. And Simons is probably one of my favorite just like hyper budget cards. You can pick him up for like 2 to 5 KMT depending on like the day. It does vary a little bit. But the reason I love Simons is he is just across the board really, really good and does everything you need. He has a decent jumper. The Anthony Simons jumper on normal timing is pretty solid. And he's got the MJ dribble style. I mean, it is just goated. Everybody who is him, like him, Thomas, they got it. And some decent dribbling animations, and he's just a really good slasher to the basket. He has decent enough defense despite not having clamps or challenger, which is a little tough, but just an all-around bucket getter that I think a lot of people can use, and I just think he's fun to have in the game and just to get some buckets with. The next guy is one that I also had to include just because he's a god. And it's Caruso, 6'4", 6'5" wingspan. I think Caruso is going for around like 20K last I saw. If I'm a little bit mistaken on that, I apologize. But Caruso is just a beast. He's a point guard who is literally across the board just really, really good. He has pretty solid finishing. I mean, he has limitless takeoff, fearless, fast switch, and a posterizer all on gold. Has gold catch and shoot, so he's a great kind of off-ball movement PG. Even has crazy good playmaking if you want to have the ball in his hands. And the real big just boost for Caruso is the fact that he has gold or Hall of Fame glove and interceptor, so his steals are crazy. Has gold anchor, so he can still play defense in the paint with a 74 interior and an 81 block. And then has gold clamps, pick dodger, challenger. Really, you're picking up this Caruso because he's just a good defender. His Caruso jumper on quick, honestly, is still a little bit slow. And the MJ dribble style obviously helps him out a bunch, but really, I'm picking him up for that defense. Caruso, absolute beast. Next, Kelly Olynyk. And I wanted to include just one center on this list because I went through and realized that there's only one other guy who can play center on it, and it was a secondary position. So I wanted to include another guy that could do it. And we have Kelly Olynyk. Now, the thing that's tough about Olynyk is that he has a shorter wingspan than he has height. It's a 6'9" wingspan, 6'11" height, which isn't ideal. But when you pick him up as a Ruby and evo him up, you do get a big boost in defense. And I think that's really why I like him. The Olynyk jumper is not the craziest thing in the world, but it's good enough that you can shoot with Hall of Fame catch and shoot, gold claymore, gold green machine. And he's got bronze limitless with an 86.3. His finishing, it's but the defense really does help. If you're somebody who likes or wants a 3-and-D center, I think Olynyk's probably your best budget option. He's only like 15K because people it's Kelly Olynyk. He's not a big name, so he's pretty cheap. Your next best option for a budget card, I'll just tell you guys, is probably going to be that Amethyst Jared Allen. The dude is amazing, but he's like 35 KMT. He's pretty expensive or more. I think he's actually closer to 50. So it was a little bit tough to kind of find a good guy to throw in there at the centers list. Most of the good ones are expensive. Next, we got Goran Dragic. Goran Dragic, probably one of my favorite PGs to use if you are on a nice little budget, about 15K, I think, or 15 to 18 KMT, somewhere around there. I checked all the prices a little bit before, so some of them have kind of merged in my head. But I just like Goran Dragic because he's got the jaw dribble style. It's not the greatest, but it's pretty good. It does allow you to burst, like with John Morant, he feels pretty bursty, but on guys like Dragic, without like really high quick first step, it's not amazing. But Dragic, I love him because he gets a boost to his defense with the Evo. He gets a 69 interior, which is pretty good. He has gold clamps, challenger, interceptor, workhorse, silver glove, Hall of Fame ankle braces, and pick dodger, so he's really not getting dropped, and Hall of Fame floor general as well to get that +4 boost on offense to everybody else on the court. He's got good enough finishing that honestly, I'm not really too mad about it, and his shooting is going to be super solid, and his Dragic jumper, while being on the normal timing, is one that I just find really consistent, really clean, and really easy to time. So he got into my top 10 best budget cards. And again, he's only like 18K-ish MT, so he's pretty good for the price. Next, JJ Redick. This is probably the #1 card that I recommend to most people to just get a bucket getter on the court, because honestly, how I like to run a lot of my squads is I'll have everybody else pretty good on defense and obviously can still score, but I just have one guy who's like my go-to on offense, just getting buckets, and Redick is beautiful for this. People don't love him just because he's only a 6'4" 2 guard and his defense isn't amazing, but they glitch JJ Redick with a 95 driving dunk, gold posterizer, limitless takeoff, giant slayer, fearless, and fast twitch, which is crazy. He has gold agent 3s, limitless, blinders, amped, deadeye, green machine. I mean, it is crazy. He also has quick first step, clamp breaker, and ankle breaker. He has the pro dribble style, which still allows him to burst. His JJ Redick jumper is a little bit on the medium speed side, but it's still so easy to time, and his defense actually isn't bad. With bronze challenger, he actually is decent enough at contesting shots, and he has an 84 perimeter as well, and his 91 speed is crazy. I just think this JJ Redick is insane because of just the way that he gets buckets. If you run like a what is this, perimeter centric. He's a 99.3 and driving dunk. He just gets buckets. I think it's so fun. Next, we got my man Ron Artest, the amethyst, because obviously, or not the amethyst, the diamond, because obviously the amethyst is okay and the pink diamond is pretty expensive. This Ron Artest, last I looked, it was like 22k, something like that, which is really good for a diamond Ron Artest card. I do expect him to kind of go up in price as time goes on, so if it has changed by the time you look at it, I apologize, but 6'6", 6'9" wingspan, and the reason I love this Ron Artest is because the Markera Fultz jumper on quick is so good that I still have not added a single badge onto him besides bronze catch and shoot, and I do not miss with this Ron Artest. I shoot like 60% from 3 with him minimum, which is, it's crazy. So if you are picking up this Ron Artest card and you want to use him long term, I would say catch and shoot, Claymore, and Giant Slayer are 3 must-have badges, and quick first step is also huge for him as well because he has the Trae Young dribble style, the Mitchell size up, KD escape. These are 2 of the best animations of the game. The Lillard behind the back is so solid. The wall step back as well. Great dunking animations, great defensive tendencies, great defensive badges. He is one of the best cards in the entire game. And he's a diamond that is a super cheap budget. If you are somebody who is like no money spent or anything like that, you need some version of Ron Artest on your team, preferably the diamond, at least in my opinion. It's worth the extra MT that you're spending. Next, Amethyst Oubre Jr. This guy, demon. He's great. We have 6'7" with a 7'2" wingspan. He has a duo with Bradley Beal, who is pretty expensive, which is why he didn't make the list. He actually moved up to like 45-ish KMT, but Kelly Oubre is like 2 KMT. That's what I got him for yesterday, 2.5. It was crazy, and I think I might have overpaid a little bit because I think he might be less than 2K if you keep searching on the filter. So his 1 Hall of Fame badge is volume shooter. He's got his Oubre jumper on normal, which I don't think is the fastest, but it's not bad. He's not gonna be the greatest of dribblers just because he has that normal dribble style, but the guy can play make for you. He can shoot the ball well. He can dunk on everybody and finish insanely well at the paint. And I think he's actually a super underrated defender. Some people have looked at it and said, oh, he doesn't have clamps, so he's not going to be great. But he's got silver challenger, which means he's going to actually be able to contest a lot of those perimeter shots. And gold glove and pick dodger means he's going to hopefully be able to stick with a lot of people. And for being honest, because the clamp breaker, clamps really is almost non-existent right now to a lot of players besides like maybe Jimmy Butler and Scottie Pippen. So in general, I do think this Kelly Oubre is a super slapdown card. And then once you add this Bradley Beal duo, he gets Hall of Fame Limitless Takeoff and Fearless with gold Deadeye, silver Bully, silver clamp breaker, gold quick first step, and workhorse. He becomes a great card. And some decent boosts as well. And I think with Bradley Beal, you do get some pretty nice upgrades as well onto him. So really nice duo as well if you are interested in that. Next, we got my man Duncan Robinson, who is just a beast. 6'7" height and wingspan. And the thing that surprised me about Duncan Robinson, they gave him gold or silver clamps, which is just crazy. You can't add glove or challengers, but the clamps means he can kind of stay with people a little bit. Obviously, he's not going to be as great of a defender like I just said because challenger won't let him contest those shots. But it's decent enough, especially when he's got the jumper on quick, the jaw dribble style, which again, like I said earlier, is pretty decent, and then has Hall of Fame catch and shoot, silver limitless, gold blinders, gold Deadeye, gold mini magician, silver agent threes. Honestly, it's a bit of an awkward jumper. Once you get it down, you do not miss. So he's a great 3-point shooter who can still play a little bit of defense and do anything else a little bit on the court. I just find him great. Next, Jared Vanderbilt. At a ruby, he's kind of trash, but as a gold, he's a god. And he's like, like I said, I forgot to say with Duncan Robinson, he's also like 2 to 3 KMT. Jared Vanderbilt, one of the more expensive ones on the list. I think he's around 20 to 25 KMT, somewhere in that range. But his 3 Hall of Fame badges are corner specials and guard up. Both of these are almost worthless in the game right now in its current state. But the next one is Menace. Basically, he keeps all of these badges right here on his defensive end. Then has Clamp Breaker, Needle Threader, and Quick First Step along with Bailout. Has gold Posterizer, Slithery, Limitless Takeoff, and Aerial Wizard, all from before. 86 is in the speed. Now has an 89 3-point shot, 85 driving dunk. All of his defense across the board is absolutely cracked. Gold clamps, glove, challenger, interceptor, silver anchor, gold rebound chaser, gold catch and shoot, bronze limitless, silver agent threes. The Vanderbilt jumper on normal is a little bit slow, but he has like an upper where he like brings the ball back really close to his head. And the second you get the ball back here, if you're on early timing, let it go, and it is automatic greens. It is one of the easiest to time jumpers in the game. I just find it insane. He's all around great. I love him as a small ball center. I love him as a power forward. He's one of my favorite cards just in general in the game right now. And if it weren't for me having Scottie and Gordon, he would probably start at the power forward, but he is great. And last but not least is Lance Stephenson. You can pick up for around 25K, 6'5", 6'10" wingspan, and Lance will make him dance. Hall of Fame Challenger, probably the best perimeter defensive badge in the game. I know a lot of people like clamps, but I just think Challenger is so much better or just a little bit better because you get those better contests on jumpers, and it just helps people not green it as much. And once you add unpluckable and quick first step to this Lance Stephenson, which you do need to do, he is a god. He is a great shooter, even without agent threes. His finishing is crazy. His dribbling is awesome. As a jaw dribble style, the Ray for size, which is super fun. His Lance jumper is a little bit slow, but I don't think it's too bad, honestly. And just all around great. He's got defense, shooting, playmaking, and finishing. The only 2 badges I think that you absolutely need to add are quick first step and unpluckable. Quick first step, a little bit expensive. Once you do that, this Lance Stephenson is an absolute beast. So let me know what you guys think about my list down in the comment section below, and let me know any other lists that you guys personally have, or any other cards you guys personally have. And if you're somebody who's watching this, check out the comments, see if there's any other shout outs. Maybe you don't like the 10 I showed, but maybe you like some other suggestions, so check those out. And again, let me know your XP level down below. Like, comment, subscribe, all the wonderful stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video.